What is going on, y'all? I am back with another episode of Criminal Minds, Season 1, Episode 15. Let's go.
At the end of his 2-year killing spree, 7 women were dead. He made a name for himself, literally. He sent out written communication identifying himself as the Keystone Killer. These letters were part of his game. Like Son of Sam, he taunted the police.
Keystone Killer?
He fueled the media's fascination with him. He left specific crime scene details in the word puzzles. And then, 18 years ago, he just stopped killing. Now, one of the theories was that he was in jail on an unrelated charge. Another theory was that he had simply moved away, continued killing in another city or another country. But the FBI's VICAP program tracks murders and murderers all around the world. They turned up nothing. This intricate knot was part of his signature. Another theory was that he had died, which is the only explanation for why a compulsive psychopath would stop killing. But I never believed he was a psychopath who had to do this. I believe he is a narcissistic sociopath who chooses to.
Oh.
This is his last victim. She was 23. Her infant son was in the next room when she was killed. So even if he thinks he's finished, he still has a debt to pay.
You look comfortable up there. Why don't you come back to the BAU for a guest lecture?
I'm retired, remember?
Hell of a way to relax. 323 pages on the one that got away.
He hasn't gotten away. And you didn't count that 8-page prologue.
What happened to Florida?
Florida's too humid.
True
anyway,
that.
I'd missed the seasons.
True that.
So I'm in Philadelphia now.
You're in Philadelphia for the seasons.
You think I'm dysfunctional? Obsessed?
Want to eat where the killer eats, sleep where he sleeps.
Maybe I'm holding out hope that the Eagles will turn it around next season.
They
Remember
eventually
weapons of
do.
mass destruction?
What are you saying? You think I'm chasing a ghost?
I'm saying sometimes we get it wrong. You ever consider that?
I've considered everything. How are things at BAU? Anything changed since I left?
Everything changes. Everything stays the same. You know how it is.
Miss me?
No.
Just here to buy a book then, huh?
Profilers, they fascinate me.
Sorry to interrupt, but this is for you.
Thanks. Sure. Fan mail. How do you like that? Wait a minute. Hey, who gave this to you?
Guy in a blue jacket.
Oh.
Hey, that's not the guy. It's not the guy. What's going on? Sorry, sir. Misunderstanding.
Like 2 volumes of the same book, Max. Why don't we add a few more chapters? Is this from him, the Keystone Killer?
Son of a bitch was right here.
Damn it. I want to
Still
go
think I'm
back and
after a
look at the
ghost?
crowd.
Lock this place down.
The Keystone Killer.
Norman MacLean wrote, "It is those we live with and love and should know who elude us."
So they've been here all night?
Apparently.
It's not like we have lives or anything.
Speak for yourself.
We are about to meet Max Ryan. Have you ever talked to him before?
Rusk, not much of a bedside manner.
Sound like anyone else we know?
I heard he was forced into early retirement.
He chose to retire. He moved to Philadelphia to be closer to the crime scenes.
That's retirement?
BAU style.
Who in his mind has not probed the black water?
Story of good and evil, love and hate.
There's been some new activity.
New?
He was at Max's lecture last night.
What? You got away?
Would we have woken you up if we caught him?
Oh, okay. Sass.
He handed
Sassafras.
this letter to the security guard.
And he included 2 driver's licenses with it.
One is from his last victim,
Less known victim.
Amy Jennings, strangled in 1987. You see something?
What is the significance of black bra and gray wool socks?
That's what Amy Jennings was wearing when we found her.
Does no fight in a rear window have anything to do with the Jennings case?
No. He entered in through the front door. Amy fought him very hard. Now, he's referring to a new victim there.
The second driver's license.
Carla Bromwell.
There's a C. Bromwell here.
Philly PD went to the address on the license, found her suffocated with a plastic bag.
His previous victims are strangled.
He hasn't been killing all along, has he?
Copycat
If he'd been
killer.
active, I would have known.
It's not entirely impossible for an unsub to switch his MOA. The Zodiac killer went from stabbing people to shooting them.
This bastard didn't do anything in secret.
I'd say good morning, but it's still dark outside.
Who's this?
Carla Bromwell. Gideon, can you put it on the news?
The Philadelphia police were notified late last night of a letter hand-delivered to this news station. It was written by the infamous Keystone Killer. He also included a photograph of a woman. She appears to be dead and suffocated with a plastic bag. Subsequently, police discovered a body, but they are not confirming that it's the woman in this picture.
He works fast. Meet you on the plane in 30 minutes.
But that would make him like, how old was he when he did the killers? When he did the killings in the 80s?
Philly PD confirmed that Carla Bromwell's been dead less than 12 hours. She was 47.
Victims are getting older.
Victimology rarely changes.
Her hands and feet were bound with flex cuffs. They're waiting at the crime scene for you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
So older victims that are different.
Maybe the note just means we have a copycat on our hands.
Yeah.
Copycat who just happens to have Amy Jennings' driver's license?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's the Keystone Killer.
How are we supposed to work with him? Gideon, he's not even an active agent.
He's here because he knows his case better than any of us. We're leading the investigation. He's only consulting.
Anyone tell him that?
FBI?
You actually think the Keystone Killer did this?
Yes, we do.
Agent Ryan.
He's consulting with us.
This is his 8th victim.
There's no bruising on the wrists,
That you know of.
ankles, or neck.
Yeah, probably a surprise attack.
Well, the puzzle said no fight.
I know what the puzzle said.
Why does he got an attitude?
Head wound is extensive. Level of violence is escalating.
This bedroom is in the front of the house. And the puzzle mentioned a rear window. Maybe he left a print.
No way.
I think I'm gonna check it out.
You do what you want to do, but believe me, you're wasting your time.
Elle's good at this, Max.
Did I say she wasn't?
I don't like
I haven't
him.
had a feeling like this around a dead body in 18
You got
years.
like a fucking
I remember
attitude
what you
for
said
no
to me on my
reason,
first
bro.
day. Don't lose your objectivity. This isn't personal.
Go conduct your own
Maybe not for
investigation.
you.
The FBI will be making a formal statement later on today.
We received more information from the murderer than the police. What's going on?
The Philadelphia police have to finish investigating this crime scene before we can make a statement.
Ma'am, when can we expect that statement
anymore
today?
now than we
Do you
did
know anything
before.
about motive?
What do you think of Ryan?
He hasn't changed much.
I think we could learn a lot from him. Look at this.
A clue, a
Let's go show
clue.
this to everyone. Found another note.
In order for the light to shine so brightly, the darkness must be present. I used this specific quote
In your book on page 184. I read it on the plane.
And you remember the page number of the quote?
Don't ask. He says to expect another gift in 2 days.
Calls his victims gifts.
Gifts for whom?
For me.
How's this dude not get caught for that long? I mean, jeez. Who's that? Wifey? His wifey?
A lot of things have changed in 20 years, including the age of the Keystone Killer's victim.
He's older. His victims are older.
Most unsubs have specific fantasies. This man clearly had a preference for young brunettes, and now he's switched to older women.
He could be de-evolving into a frenzy.
We need to be prepared for anything.
And if he is in a frenzy, there's no telling how quickly he'll fall apart.
Or how many more victims he'll take with him.
So we're gonna go over everything we know, old and new, and hopefully find him before we find another body.
We'll start with Agent Ryan's original profile. Max, you want to present it?
No.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks, bud. Thanks for your support.
We're looking for a white male in his late 40s. The controlled crime scenes, the meticulousness, and his collection of trophies suggests a possible military background.
Thought you were going to present the profile.
Team can handle it.
The team. We used to work solo when this all started.
Well, we were wrong.
You don't worry about too many cooks?
Nope.
I'm worried about
He
you
used a
being
quote,
a
Jason.
negative Nancy.
He used a quote from my book.
So, maybe it's a coincidence.
You wrote a fucking book about the guy. Oh, you think because he's gonna go after your wifey? Is it your wifey or your ex-wifey?
Let's focus on the differences in the crimes.
Maybe
What's
his
he doing
sister?
that's new?
The latest victim was hit in the head.
In the word puzzle, he said she didn't fight. So why hit her? Scare her? Show her he's in charge?
Well, he never did that before.
And a blow that hard wouldn't scare her. It'd probably just...
Probably just knock her unconscious.
In order to control her.
I switched from using rope to flex cuffs. The intricate knot was part of his signature.
Flex cuffs are easier. Probably saved him time.
The rope was meticulously tied. It was intimate.
And he abandoned the rope and the use of his bare hands, which makes his kills less personal and less controlling.
Let's just treat him like he's a new offender.
He isn't.
Guys, I have a name.
Nebras.
It's backwards. S. Harbin. There was a Scott Harbin on Ryan's original suspect list.
It's not Scott Harbin. Harbin went to jail in 1988 for stabbing a guy while he was trying to escape during a home invasion. The guy later died.
How long did he get?
30 years.
So that makes him a little more than halfway done.
Unless he's been paroled.
I interviewed Harbin. He's a small-time burglar with a fetish for lingerie. I mean, he's a creep, but he is not the Keystone Killer. Believe me, our guy has not been in jail all these years.
All right, I'm gonna call Garcia, see what she can dig up on this guy.
He's not the guy.
He is a dick. He is
What
a
are we
negative
doing?
Nancy.
What do you mean?
I don't
Is
like
Ryan
it.
interested in catching the Keystone Killer or just proving he's right?
Scott Harbin was paroled 3 months ago.
To Philly?
Yeah, looks like it. Bad boy missed his last appointment with his parole officer.
It's probably him
That right there makes him a wanted man, doesn't it?
doing it. And it was somebody else the
And I
first
have an
time.
address on him.
You are amazing.
You have no idea.
Okay, you two.
Stop! I said stop!
All right.
Are you Scott Harbin?
What?
Scott Harbin!
Yeah, that's Scott Harbin.
Ryan, you got old.
Haven't we all?
Missed an appointment, Scott.
They send the FBI now for parole violations?
Yeah, we were in the neighborhood.
Excuse me, fellas.
Arch, look at that. Socks 3 inches, underwear 6 inches. They teach you that at basic training.
Ryan thought he might have a military background. Hey, Morgan. What's the chance he labels his secrets?
OCD.
What do you think?
I don't know. He does seem to be a guy who needs to be in control.
Definitely obsessive. Everything has its place. Probably comes from years of solitude, huh?
And this is a guy who likes to be alone. Sharing a jail cell must have been a nightmare.
Are you finished?
Did I make you angry? You're gonna hurt me? You wouldn't hurt me here. You'd wait, sneak up behind me, and hit me over the head. just when I'm not looking. What's the matter, Scotty? Can't deal with a woman who's not afraid of you?
Okay.
Hey, Morgan.
Yo.
Think he makes his own movies?
Well, if he's a control freak Ryan thinks he is, why wouldn't he?
Where are the tapes?
You okay?
What do you mean?
Got a little hot?
Did I say anything that wasn't true?
No.
Well, then I guess I'm fine.
Hear that?
The tapes, the tapes. Kind of tapes.
Oh, man. Give me a hand.
What?
Give me a hand.
Hey! Little help! It's okay. Get an ambulance right now! Move! I'm on it!
Way more than tapes. What the fuck? What a
Scott
dirtball.
Single obsessive military background. Fits your profile.
But he keeps his victim in his house? He's that far off script?
Ryan, it's got your name on it.
Isn't Scott Harbin an inelegant creature, a monster? There is no light with him, no balance. He is pure evil. Balance is what gives one mercy. You'll be reminded of my brand of mercy tomorrow, Max.
What does that mean? Scott Harbin's a predator, just not the one we're looking for.
Well, he had a fucking woman in his fucking bed frame. What do you mean?
Well, that's got to be a first. A killer actually leading us to another killer.
Well, at least we got Harbin off the street. All right, let's review. What do we know about the Keystone killer?
Well, we know that he's not dead or in jail.
He strangled 7 women in the 1980s, stopped for 18 years, and then began again suffocating them.
And it's actually more passive because the killer doesn't feel the life leaving the body.
He's changed almost everything that he does.
What's he getting out of this new MO? What is his payoff? Carla Bromwell, she sustains a significant head injury. Blitz attack suggests disorganization. Is this a guy who walks into 7 victims' homes prior to this? Where's the loss of confidence?
But we've been operating under the assumption that he purposely changed his MO.
You say he changed because he had to change?
He knocked her unconscious, and it wasn't to scare her.
Because he couldn't control her physically while she's awake.
He could be incapacitated, maybe an injury.
Or a stroke.
Either way, you're going to have medical record.
Yeah, so what are we talking about? This had to have happened after the middle of 1988 in Philadelphia?
What who fits the rest of the profile?
It's a lot of hospital records.
Call our girl Friday.
A white male in his late 40s with a military background and well-educated. He has a need for power and control.
She sounds sick.
So he probably has a job with some type of authority.
How does that help us?
If you'd let me finish.
Killer wrote in his last letter that he'd strike again
Shut the
within
fuck
2
up.
days. How
Let her
close
finish.
are you to an arrest?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the progress of this ongoing investigation.
My name is Philip Bromwell. My sister Carla was murdered yesterday by a man you people should have stopped 18 years ago. Are you at liberty to explain how I'm supposed to tell our mother about this?
I am very sorry for your loss. Please know that we do have the very best team assembled to handle this.
Isn't Special Agent Ryan working with the FBI again? He was unable to solve the murder before. What makes you think he's capable now?
There is no blame to be put on any one man or division.
I'd hate to be standing out there in front of those jackals.
She can hold her own.
They're all better at the press thing than we ever were.
Well, we have a lot more of it to deal with now.
They need someone to blame. I guess it's me.
Are you okay with that?
Well, the fact is I haven't been able to solve the case, so I'm an easy target. If we do close it, that'll all go away.
And you think you'll be able to, just walk away?
Well, I won't have any choice.
Don't you get to a certain point where you want to relax, spend some time with your family?
I lost that a long time ago. I haven't even seen them in years.
He's going for your
As far
wife.
as relaxing,
Ex-wife.
the BAU doesn't employ too many agents with a relaxing kind of mentality. We've got some records to go through.
He's just walking up in my school. So he knows that person?
Something debilitating enough to lose strength permanently. I'm still thinking stroke.
Ryan's profile puts the unsub in his late 20s. Isn't that too young for a massive stroke?
Technically, you're never too young for a stroke.
Now, here's somebody. In 1987, he was 30, single, dishonorable discharge.
It's a good start. What was the injury?
Broken neck. Intense physical therapy for 9 years.
What's he been doing since?
Oh, never mind. Guy moved to the Florida Keys. He's a scuba instructor.
Come on. There's got to be something in here.
Taking a break?
Is there anything worse than cop shop coffee?
The old cop shop donuts?
At home I actually have to make the coffee bad now to enjoy it.
Yeah, I've had what you make. You're saying you did that to me on purpose?
What are friends for?
Remember that Boise child murderer?
How could I forget it?
Late City detective. Griffin was his name?
Yeah.
I remember we got there. That man was nearly suicidal.
Well, he had kids dropping around him like flies.
You told him feeling guilty when a series of crimes is occurring that you can't stop. Natural response. Important thing, not to let yourself become another victim.
Hey, this is different. You see, Jason, somewhere, I think in my subconscious, I hoped that writing this book would draw him out. Maybe I wanted to play his game.
You had no idea he'd kill again?
No, but he did. And now there's another woman out there in danger.
You know this man better than he knows himself. You got a team of the most incredible agents in the world. If you let us, we'll help you find him.
Let's fucking find his ass.
There are just too many hospitals, clinics, long-term care facilities. We'd be sifting through records for weeks.
There's got to be some way to narrow down the search.
Half the hospitals don't even say how the accident occurred.
Car accidents with injuries would all be reported by the police.
All right, so how about I get Garcia to check Philly PD records for accidents involving American-made sedans?
Start with 1988. If it was an accident, it stopped
How
in
the
its tracks.
fuck do you even go through all that stuff that fast?
Speak.
I need a list, sweetness.
You're in luck. Listen to my specialty. Go.
Philadelphia, 1988. All car accidents resulting in injuries.
There's a lot of them. His friends let friends drive drunk back then. Okay. Injuries, 36 in a 12-month period.
How many were American-made
That's it?
Almost all of them. Only 5 were serious enough to send the drivers to the hospital.
Tell me who the drivers were.
One happened on I-95 by the airport. Ambulance picked up the other driver outside of 3245 Anders Street. Broken back. That's not good.
3200 block of Anders. That's where Carla Bromwell lived.
That driver's name is Walter Kern, currently 48 years old, still residing in the city of brother and sisterly love.
If he's 48, that would have put him in his late 20s at the time of the killing. Just like Ryan predicted.
Walter Kern had a military background.
Look at that.
ROTC in high school.
Look
4 years
at
in the Air
that.
Force.
Hospital records show that he lost mobility in his right side due to severed nerve damage to his spinal cord.
Kern's been a county worker, claims adjuster, and he installed home alarms with Scott Harbin.
Takes one
Oh.
Explains why there was no sign of forced entry. He had a legitimate reason to knock on the door.
Women felt comfortable letting him inside.
He got a degree in criminology from Villanova in 1988. I wonder if he murdered anyone on campus.
This certainly explains his knowledge of law enforcement.
Anybody got a current address?
575 White Street, Southeast Philadelphia. We got him. Let's go bring him in.
But what's with the blonde lady? I remember.
Hey, Walter. Come on.
Oh, he looks like a creep. He looks like a creeper.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
Can we speak with Walter Kern?
He's not here right now.
You know where he is?
Is something wrong?
Can we come inside?
What are you gonna do? Where are you doing this?
Put on these cuffs. Do it.
Walter's at the Pinewood Community Center working with the Boy Scouts. He volunteers as one of the leaders.
It'd be possible for us to search the house, ma'am.
She's at the Pinewood Community Center.
We've been called in to investigate the murders of several women here in Philadelphia. That's why we need to talk to him.
That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. And I'm gonna have to ask you to leave now.
Can you answer one question for us, ma'am? Does your husband have an area here in the house that you're never supposed to go into?
Walter has a dark room.
If he knew you were in there, would he become so angry that you fear he could hurt you?
He just doesn't want me to ruin his pictures, that's all.
Has your husband ever suffered from long periods of depression?
Yes. After his car accident.
And did he suddenly just snap out of it for no apparent reason?
What does all this mean?
Could you show us the room, Mrs. Kern?
Oh, shit. What you gonna find? What you gonna find? What you gonna find?
It's clear. Looks like he collected every article written about him.
Got your book.
Damn it. I signed it.
Hotch was entirely correct about the photography. The cellar's where he develops his photographs. What's that, a scrapbook?
There's a chapter on every woman he's killed.
These entries are detailed enough to let him relive the kills for years.
Gee.
Those chapters in the back, they're not finished.
These photographs are at least 20 years old. I mean, look at the hairstyles, the clothing. His car accident was in the Fairmount district of Philadelphia. That's exactly where Carla Bromwell lived.
He was on the way to kill her when he had his accident.
It's not about finding a new type of victim. It's about a specific target.
Oh, these aren't new victims, Max. They were already targeted right from day one.
Who's in that last chapter?
What's wrong with you, Walter? I've known you and Ann for years.
Lay down on your back. Speak again, and I will kill you.
What the fuck, Walter? Come on, guys.
Kern isn't still
Get there in time.
Now. We left the community center hours ago, and Kern's car's parked on the next block. Good, let's move on. Call you when we've secured Kern.
Yeah.
Please, don't.
I need to do this. I can't stop it. It'll be over soon.
No! Fuck your arm.
It's all right. FBI. You're gonna be all right.
We got her. Sylvia Gooden's alive. We got her.
Get in. I need your cuffs, man.
You're gonna be fine. It's over. You're gonna be fine.
Why don't you do this? I'll take care of her.
You're gonna be okay. You're all right. Just breathe. Just breathe.
What a dirtball.
You got him?
Yeah, I got him.
You know you've enjoyed this ride as much as I have, Max.
I sure am enjoying this part of it.
We are inseparable, you and me.
Let's just test that theory and get him out of here.
What an angry little man. He's got little man syndrome.
Abraham Lincoln
Angry.
once said, in the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years.
Did Jason ever tell you about the time that he found the director's itinerary in a bomber's car?
Oh, you're in a lot better
No, he
mood
never
now,
said
huh,
anything.
bud?
Well, let me fill you in then. We had this bomber case, so we had him go over and search the bomber's car, which was in the Quantico garage. Except for me and the guys had planted this piece of paper that had all these times and locations and where the FBI director was going to be over the next 48 hours. He takes off to the director's office, barges in, interrupting a meeting with the attorney general himself.
Yeah. The director didn't find it very funny.
And he was the only one who did.
You know he has no one, no family.
Well, he was
I mean,
obsessed.
technically he's retired, but he hasn't seen his
Obsessed
kids in
with
years.
solving the
Divorce is
case.
not uncommon in the BAU.
You know, the other night when you called,
Did you think it was weird that we all were able to drop everything and go to the office?
Voiceover.
That we're all available to you anytime you call, day or night?
No, not really.
How do you do this job and still have a wife and a baby?
When I'm with them, I try to focus 100% of my attention there.
Turn it off.
When I'm with you guys, I try to do the same thing. It's about priorities, Elle. It's about setting them and keeping them.
I'm just so scared I'm going to turn into that guy over there. Look up and
Don't let
see
yourself.
that my life is passing me by while I was chasing monsters.
This job will eat you up if you let it.
So what do?
Find a way not to let it.
Yes, 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 yes. That was another awesome episode. This episode and the last episode are probably two of the best that I've seen so far in this season since starting the show, so I'm super pumped. Everybody says it just gets better and better and better, so I'm excited to see where we go from here. That case was crazy, like that long before for like an unsolved mystery, and then it finally getting solved. Haha. Fucking Walter or whatever the fuck your name is, you creepy fuck. So good. Let me know what y'all thought about this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.